Well, hello there, YouTube. Welcome to BtheRiderPa. I'm out here on my 2021 Road Glide Limited. So what do you think of the squirrelies, man? See the squirrelies? I don't know, what do you call them? The squiggly lines, snakes, whatever. You notice on hot days, you cross them with your tire and your tire slips a little bit, it feels like, and it feels like you're slipping. It really kind of makes you on edge when you're on two wheels, when it seems like you're kicking out. There's nothing really you can do about it. It's just part of riding. But some places are worse than others, you know, it depends. It's one of them things about riding you have to like kind of live with. Squirrelies. What do you call them? I call them squirrelies, squigglies. Everybody has a different name for different kinds of stuff. So now there's none on this road. They use them to fill the cracks. They put that in there, and all it is tar. But when it gets hot, it becomes soft, and it tends to give. When you lean on it, giving sucks, and it can be unnerving for most people. It nerves me sometimes. There's a nice vet. So, but anyways, what do you call them? The squirrelies, the squigglies, the squaggles, the squugglies, them damn black lines on the road. What do you want to call them? But we don't have too many of them here, per se. When I was just riding out down in Maryland, I've been on a few roads down there that had them. It's not, like I said, not really running into them that much around here. Usually in parking lots and stuff. On major roads, they usually don't do that. So what do you think? That's all. I thought I'd do a short little gent about the squigglies. You get being gravitized, you know, when gravel, you're like, oh God, it's a gravel. You know, and you get all freaked out when you drive into a gravel parking lot like that. You know, okay, it's gravel. If it's hard packed, you're not really going to have an issue. Don't try to do a 90-degree lean at 30 degrees and go around a curve. You shouldn't fall over it, you know, things like that. You steer your way through, keep your feet down, and pay attention. Don't go overboard, that's all. Don't gun it. If you gun your motorcycle, you tend to spin wheel. It will break traction quite easily. And you'll spin out, and you'll hit the ground like a rubber ball. Bounce like a ball. It's like the squigglies. You can't get up or wound about it. It feels like it's slipping, but it's such a split second that you're on hard pavement again. It doesn't stick. It's not ice. None of that. But I've seen people afraid to ride on it because of it. But it is what it is. It's just part of riding. You're going to run into this. So what do you call them? How do you handle the squigglies? You just say, well, I'm never going to ride on that road again. I can't go that way because of the squigglies. It's like steel graded bridges. I did not like steel graded bridges. I hate the way it feels when you go across a steel graded bridge. I rode across 3 of them last night. I just don't pay attention. Now, I was in Mackinac, and I wouldn't cross the bridge up there because it's a mile long of steel graded bridge. Now other people do it all the time. It's nothing you can't do, but I just couldn't bring myself to do that. And ended up not crossing into the IP because of it, because you got to drive like 7 hours around just to get to the IP. I wasn't going to the IP because I wasn't going across my bridge. My buddies are gonna put my bike on a trailer and haul across the bridge for me. I was like, I'm good with that. That'll work. Just wasn't going to do it the way they wanted me to go. So it is what it is. So what are the hazards that drive you crazy? I mean, you have the squigglies. You got iron bridges. Uneven roads. Oh, yeah, uneven roads. It's another one where they're paving one side and not the other side yet, and they've stripped it down, and now you have nothing but bumps, and people freak out. Oh, they stripped one side of the road. Well, yeah, that's fine, but the other side's fine. They stripped the top layer of asphalt off, which is okay, but it's still drivable. Usually they sweep the gravel off so there's nothing loose there, which is a plus. It's just a little rough. And people don't understand. They go like, oh, you're on a big bike, that's a problem. Well, actually, on a big bike, it's a lot easier. The bigger the bike, it goes on that stuff quite easily. It's not that hard. That squeeze through here. That guy, of course, sitting in the middle of the goddamn road parked talking to his buddy. Anyways, Yeah, it might be, you know, rough feeling on the road, but on a bigger bike, it actually is easier to deal with. Your weight, your tires are wider. You don't feel that pulling left and right on your handlebars. You know, you won't feel that at all. Not like you do on the squigglies or on even like concrete roads, concrete grooved roads. That's another thing that freaks people out because they're grooving. On a little bike, you'll feel that. On a big bike like this, yeah, you have no idea it's there even there. It's not even a thought. Another road hazard. Well, around now here lately, we've had a lot of road collapses. You come around a curve like last night, we're out in the country and come across and you have them road collapses. I mean, it's just the road's just bumpy. And you don't know it's coming. They don't put up signs usually. And that'll throw you for a loop. But you got to remember, ride the road that you're on. If you're on a old country road, you might not want to be flying at 90 miles an hour. You might want to drive the speed limit 35 or 25. Don't go crazy because you come across some of that stuff and it will definitely throw you for a loop. When I come across the thing once, it took me out of my seat. That was definitely a wake-up call there. You definitely want to be careful about that stuff. And people realize the shock that you get right up your spine when you're riding. When you're younger, it's one thing. When you get older, it's a whole new ball game there too, buddy. So you definitely want to keep track of that stuff. What other road hazards we have? We have there's things laying in the road, potholes, things like that you got to watch. If you have a skinny front tire, you definitely want to watch potholes. I had a buddy roll his bike once, hit a pothole. He had a dyno, had that skinny front tire with spoke wheels. Yeah, that wasn't good. Didn't turn out well for him at all. Thank God he didn't really get hurt. He had some bumps and bruises and scratches, but he did not get really hurt. We were only going it was like a 25 mile an hour zone. We weren't going that fast anyways, so that worked out for his favor. If it had been going faster, it could have been a lot worse. But he didn't have a helmet on either, and he didn't bang his head. He actually kept his head up. So like I said, it wasn't going that fast. If it had been faster, momentum would have carried him. He'd have smacked his head. Probably a pretty good one. That's another road hazard. You got to watch potholes on the bike you're riding. You know, little tire, big tire. You know, oh, I got this badass chopper. You got that little wheel out there in front of them forks. That might not do too good in a pothole or in a curve. You know, they all look cool and, you know, something different and breaks the standard look, but it could not be good for riding. You know, you're good if it looks good in the TV shows. Yeah. That Dukes a Hazzard car used to jump in bridges all the time. Never got damage on it once. I could never figure that out. Because every car I assume you ever fly 20 feet through the air and hit the ground, usually loses its suspension. I can't remember how many cars they used in that show. I know they used a lot. Anyways, what else about road hazards? Well, you got critters and all that. That's just, we know that happens. You got to watch out for things in the road. It all started with the squigglies. Sorry, I just couldn't. I run on the squigglies and it got me to think about the squigglies, and I just ran into that somewhere else down there in Maryland, and it was kicking in my head about the squigglies and road hazards. Do you keep riding? Yes, you keep riding. You just pick yourself up and you keep going, because that's what you should do in the world. Never let nothing keep you down. Never keep you down long for all. But get out there and go ride. That's what you bought it for. Take it out and play with it. All right, that was my shorts on the squigglies. I don't know what else to say about them except they suck. That's about it. It sucks. And watch out for all those other things in the roads. Hopefully with this new, I've been seeing this new infrastructure rebuilding project that our great and wonderful government keeps talking about doing, which is fine. I'm all good and I'm all pro freaking United States, don't get me wrong. But they say this stuff and they say about all this money, but it trickles down to the little guy. There ain't much there. Everybody else anymore, it seems they just suck the life out of it. They drain it of all the funding, and when it gets down to actually doing some work, it ain't there. So I'd be happy to see something worth of crap done. It's like this intersection. This intersection was horrible, and it still is. This side of it's fixed. The other side isn't. It's still got a big dip in it. You come down here, and you will feel it if you go too fast through there. Look at that, a nice Tesla. A gray bearded dude driving a Tesla. Hey, there you go. Modern technology at its finest. All right, thanks for watching the BtheRiderPa. Hit that like and subscribe button down on the bottom there. Gonna get me some subs, and hopefully I'll make some more videos here. I got a lot of video. Just not a lot of time to play with it right now. Thanks for watching. Hey, this is BtheRider. Say goodbye to the dragon. I'm out.